Welcome everyone to the West Gym at Simon Fraser University in Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada. You're watching live coverage of the NORCECA U19 Boys Continental Championships. My name is Wilson Wong. I'm your commentator, and our analyst today is Chrissy Benz, former NORCECA and Volleyball Canada staff member, and we are very glad to be able to bring you this third place matchup between Costa Rica and Mexico. Costa Rica will be in navy blue and red. Mexico will be in their green and red jerseys. And the Mexican fans and the Costa Rican fans will add to a great atmosphere here at the West Gym. The opening serve from Costa Rica, and Mexico on the attack. Romero with the first attack. Now back the other way is Costa Rica. And it will be the first point off the blocks for Costa Rica. Bolaños Alvarado getting the point. A big swing there by Preciado of Mexico for Mexico to go up 2-0. Mexico lost 3-0 in the semifinal to the USA yesterday. Costa Rica was swept by Canada. Romero tips the ball over, and it's Alvarado again going long that time. Bolaños Alvarado of Costa Rica. Cruz for Mexico wearing number 19. And that ball sails just long and wide. Armendariz with the kill for Mexico, and Mexico's up 4-1 early. Now, earlier in this tournament, in group play, Mexico defeated Costa Rica in 3 sets, 25-17, 25-21, and 25-14. And now an ace to solidify this great start for Mexico as Romero makes it 5-1. Another big serve that goes over the net on the bump. And it'll be a free ball for the Mexico team, and the middle attack works. And it is Ramirez getting that kill, and it is 6-1 for Mexico. Romero wearing number 18 for the Mexican team. Deep serve. Off the blocks and a turnaround ball by Preciado. Cruz with the bump set. Armendariz, with the attack. Now Preciado on the other side. Mario Dobles with the set for Costa Rica into the blocks. Watson Brenes long on that attack, and despite the back and forth there, Mexico getting the point. It's 7-1 early here, and that will be a timeout called by Costa Rica. So Chrissy, you've seen a few points here. What kind of message do you think you would kind of focus on if you're the Costa Rica coaching staff?
Well, I think they're feeling it out a little bit. Mexico looks a lot more confident, a little more in system, and Costa Rica is still scrambling a little bit. But we've seen Mexico all week, and they can scramble, but they are able to be aggressive and put the ball away. Costa Rica's handing over too many easy balls, and Mexico's making them pay for it, and they're up 7-1.
We'll see if they can, what kind of adjustments they can make, whether they can make a difference here. Mexico also has the advantage of probably the more boisterous fans. We've seen them; they've been loud and making actually lots of friends. The setter, Mario Dobles. Cruz out to Armendariz, and that is a textbook play there. Mexico up 9-2. It's full there. The scoreboard went 8-3, and I was surprised, but then they switched it. There have been a couple of plays there where in the last little while you see that the team is celebrating, but they call like the player on the net or center over the center line.
Most of us fans, we're just watching the ball. The refs have all the other technical things to watch for.
Mexico still ahead, and we will have Bolaños Alvarado to serve for Costa Rica. Deep serve taken by Romero and set in the middle for Preciado. Gets the Mexican fans excited. 10-3 as Preciado will serve for Daniel Arias.
Well, for anyone in the Vancouver area, the stands are pretty full already. Team Canada is in the house. The guys are looking ready to start warming up. So time to come if you've still got time to get up here and find a seat.
Agreed. It's just been so much fun in person this week here at SFU. Armendariz with the tack. And that time, Bolaños Alvarado is strong on the attack. So Armendariz for Mexico, another opportunity here for the team to add to its lead. Watson Brenes, again, strong.
It's difficult. They're finally getting their first pass up. We're seeing a set, and the hitters aren't moving their body to keep the ball in front of them, and they're just putting it out the back end.
Service reception there should be a shot that Mexico can handle. Romero off the blocks. 14-4, Team Mexico in front. Armendariz. With the toss. Looks like it'll be an ace here, as would have been another free ball. Another free ball likely over had Costa Rica been able to get their hands on it. And we will see another timeout here by Costa Rica. Certainly in this tournament for this Costa Rican team, the highlight was their quarterfinal win over Panama, 3-2 in 5 sets. They also defeated Barbados in the group stages. They've lost to Canada both in the group stage and then in the semifinal yesterday. And that sets up this contest here against Mexico. Once again, the score is 15-4. Wilson Wong here with Chrissy Benz, bringing you the third place game here at the 2026 U19 Boys Continental Championships for NORCECA. It's actually going to be a great few weeks of NORCECA action in Canada and volleyball action in Canada. We'll talk a little bit about that as the game goes on. Maria Dobles out to Cedeno Arias, and that ball off the blocks and down on the Costa Rican side. 16-4. Mexico kind of doing what Canada did yesterday, jumping out to a big advantage in the opening set against Costa Rica. Out to Cedeno Arias again. And it will be another block.
But if we're watching Costa Rica, they are needing to improve right in the match game time. So they're getting the first pass, we're getting a set, they're getting hits, and now they're getting blocks. So now they need to have some block coverage. But they're getting better. They're getting better quality touches, and they get a block there.
And it is both Cedeno Arias and Montiel Orozco at the net. Mexico trying to get the side out, and they do. That is Ibarra wearing number 5. And he will go to the service line as well. His team up 18-5. And the overbump on the service receive. That will set up the middle attack. And that will be Armand Deriz, making it 19-5 for Mexico. Ibarra. Into the net, so Costa Rica gets the ball back on serve. Cedeno Arias. Armendariz with the reception. Romero with the attack, and he finds the corner across court. 20-6 Mexico. Ball in the hands of Cruz now. Picked up by Agredes Campos. Rolled over by Watson Brenes. Romero. Looks like that was off the blocks and then off the antenna by Montiel Orozco and Mario Dobles. (21-6) Mexico in the lead and in full control of this opening set. Cruz, Montiel Orozco, Mario Dobles, cross for the attack. Armendariz out to Preciado, who delivers, and Watson Brenes could not handle that ball. Mexico on its way to an opening set win here. 22-6 they are ahead. Mario Dobles out across to Bolaños Alvarado, picked up by Mexico. Romero off the blocks again, and it's going to be 4 touches, I believe, on Costa Rica. So you talked about their improvement in game, but they haven't been able to sustain it since we kind of talked about it.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Some of the matchups we've seen so far this week, Costa Rica's blocking is not quite there. We've seen Mexico really as a defensive team, and there's Mexico with a huge solo block. Costa Rica's not putting up much of a block, so Mexico gets to put the ball wherever they like, and they've been doing a great job as we're at set point here, 24-6.
Cruz to deliver, and that will be a soft serve. Mario Dobles, that's going to be a Costa Rica player over the center line, Bolaños Alvarado, and that will end the opening set here in favor of Mexico, 25-6. And we're going to take a short break here after the opening set dominated by Mexico, and they need to win 2 more sets to take this bronze medal here in Burnaby at the U19 NORCECA Boys Continental Championships. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to a very lively West Gym at Simon Fraser University. We're watching live coverage of the NORCECA U19 Boys Continental Championships, the 2026 edition, hosted by Simon Fraser University, home of Canada's NCAA program. My name is Wilson Wong, here with Chrissy Benz. Mexico dominated the opening set with a 25-6 victory. Costa Rica looking to reset here, and that is kind of the nice thing about volleyball is you lose a set, it can be 25-0, it could be 25-23, and you still have a chance to kind of reset and regroup and come back.
Yeah, even from a coaching perspective, it's a chance to reset as a coach and set new targets, set new goals, and what does success look like for us. So hopefully Costa Rica finds a way to improve on what they were missing in the first set.
In that first set, Romero was the leading scorer with 7 points, and Watson Brenes and Cedeno Arias with a point each. Rio Dobles out to Bolaños Alvarado, and he is blocked.
So if we were looking at the stats, we would be seeing a big difference in the blocking. So Mexico's able to get these double stuff blocks, and I don't think Costa Rica's on the board yet for having a block.
Nope, 4-0 actually was the count in that first set. Watson Brenes with the attack, and also a Mexico player called for being on the net.
And for those watching online, what you're missing is some wonderful interaction between the Mexico athletes and the spectators. They're cheering together. It's very, you got to be here. You got to be here.
And a big play there for Costa Rica. Matias Aguero Lee, the setter, with the ace. Much needed play there for Costa Rica. They'll try again, this time picked up by Costa. And a quick middle attack, and it's going to be Ramirez with the point. Kind of looked like he might not have gotten all of that ball.
A bit of a mishit, and Costa Rica was set in, ready for a hard attack and not ready to move to pick up the soft touch.
So things working out Mexico's way here. 3-2 in the lead. Ramirez with the serve. Now on the attack, it's Costa Rica's Mario Dobles. Attacking
straight at the Mexican libero, who wasn't able to handle it, and up into the upper deck there.
Have a bit of a hesitation calling that name because he's the setter. The starting setter here for Costa Rica. Costa, the serve receive. And there the Mexico number 7 returning the favor. Ramirez getting the kill again.
He got all of that one. No miss hit on that one.
And even if you're ready, Costa Rica probably wasn't going to get that ball.
No.
Ramirez, soft serve. It's going to be Mario Dobles with the attack on the near sideline. He makes it 4-4.
As a coach, I'd be happy with that one. That was a pretty easy serve coming from Mexico, so they capitalized and got an instant kill.
Montiel Orozco for Costa Rica. Preciado rolls the ball over. The bump off the top of the net, and just not in a great position for Costa Rica to get that second touch. Preciado will serve with his team up 5-4. And he puts the ball in the net. Costa Rica gets the point, 5-5.
As expected, I'm seeing the Mexico fans starting to sense a little bit of turning energy here going Costa Rica's way as we're tied 5-5. I expect them to stand up a little more and be a little more vocal.
Mario Dobles gets the dig. And on the attack, Bolaños Alvarado for Costa Rica. Preciado back the other way, and this time Bolaños Alvarado can't get his two hands on the ball. 6-5 for Mexico. Mario Dobles for the near side attack. Watson Brenes goes off of the Mexico player for the point. Standing serve for Watson Brenes, and there Mexico able to turn that into offense for the kill. Ibarra, a high toss. I think he might have mishit that ball. Bolaños Alvarado certainly does there, as the error will give Mexico an 8-6 lead.
Oh, I'd almost be expecting a timeout from Costa Rica here. They had some momentum going. A mishit like that, hitting that reset button might be a good time.
And an over bump, and the kill, unassisted kill by Romero. And there you talked about a timeout, and there it goes for Costa Rica with a score 9-6 in favor of Mexico. And that'll give us a chance to kind of highlight some of the other great events happening here in Canada and across the NORCECA coming up.
It's a packed summer across the country. We have the senior men will be competing in the Volleyball Nations League in Ottawa, June 10th to 14th. They'll be facing off Germany, France, USA, and Turkey. The women will be competing in Quebec City, June 3rd and 7th in their VNL, facing Germany, USA, France, and Japan. And the next time out, the next break, we'll talk about another senior men's continental championship that's coming September in Moncton, New Brunswick. So I believe all the tickets are live. Volleyball is one of those sports, it is better live than, so if you live in those areas, it's definitely worth the trip to see the power and speed up close.
Mario Dobles out to Bolaños Alvarado, and he gets the kill for Costa Rica. You know, you talked about the speed and the power. I mean, we were seeing a sort of a taste of it because these are really young and up-and-coming boys. But, you know, when you get to the senior level, it's even that much more excitement on every play, basically. Cruz to Romero, and that's a huge kill there, speaking of speed and power. 10-7 for Mexico.
And if I'm Costa Rica, I'm looking at that position one. They've been hitting pretty consistently that back line shot. We might need to move the defense over and start trying to protect it.
On offense right now, Bolaños Alvarado tips the ball over. Cruz to the middle, and that's going to be a that's going to be a kill, I believe, for Mexico.
Almost saw some football soccer skills there, but lands just outside.
So Gonzalez, the outside hitter, will get the credit. 11-7 for Mexico. Oh, that ball hitting the top of the net and forces Costa Rica to send a free ball to Mexico. And right away they take advantage with the Ramirez kill.
Costa Rica looking a little intimidated, a lot of weight on their heels, waiting for the big hit, but they need to be shoulders over toes so that they can move forward and pass low.
Bump set out to Bolaños Alvarado, met at the net by Preciado and Ramirez. They both go up for the block.
That's what we call a phone booth, where you would just create a roof right over top of the ball, it goes straight back down to the floor.
Cruz for Mexico. Big swing there by Watson Brenes. Romero sends the ball over. Now Bolaños Alvarado. Nice save by Mexico. Costa Rica will try again here. Watson Brenes off the block, and it is Mexico getting the point. Ramirez and Preciado.
smart strategy for Costa Rica to go into the back row to try and give their hitters some space from the blockers, but couldn't quite put that second one away.
Cruz with the serve. Guerrero Lee. Watson Brenes. Looked like that was a mistimed play. Ball goes into the net.
As a setter, this is always the tricky part. Do you go back to him, give him another chance, or do we hit the reset button and go high outside to your outside hitter?
We'll see what they do here on the receive. They
Smart
go
play.
outside. Gonzalez out to Preciado, and he goes down the line with the kill. Cruz, his team up 16-7, now 17-7 as Bolaños Alvarado could not deal with that serve. So we saw early in this set, Costa Rica keeping up with Mexico. The play was pretty consistent, and then Mexico able to pull away here. Up by 10 now. Back down to 9 as that serve goes into the net. Aguero Lee. Near the back, Gonzalez handles the ball and then bumped over by Watson Brenes. Here's the Mexico attack again. Preciado, nice dig by Aguero Lee. Over to Murillo Dobles. Romero with the attack. Another Watson Brenes dig. Preciado finally finishes the point. Costa Rica on its back foot the whole point. And hard for them to keep defending.
Mexico's just got a lot more firepower and more control. They're putting the ball straight down to the floor, leaving little chance for Costa Rica to dig it up.
Guerrero Lee over across to a shot that goes long for Murillo Dobles. 19-8 Mexico.
Big spin serve for the ace.
And not much the Costa Ricans can do there. Just a bit of frustration, but the team hoping a rebound here on this play. Romero. That time just long. And the player is not getting a lot of time to make that split-second decision to try to return the serve or to let it go. Bolaños Alvarado with the serve for Costa Rica. Preciado hits the ball into the net.
He was hoping to bounce that one straight down, so he got a little greedy and a little too hard of an angle there. He's smiling about it. He knows. He says, "Set me again. I'll do it again."
We'll see what is done here. The bump set out to Gonzalez. The attack from Murillo Dobles. Nice dig by Cruz, the setter. And then Gonzalez, the spike, goes off the blocks, and Watson Brenes goes hard into the scores table.
I know the score is 20-10, but that felt a little closer. Mexico's having to work a little bit harder as we see some subs coming in.
So it looks like that is Velez and Rodriguez coming in. Velez is 2, Rodriguez is 12.
This is great to see. I don't think we've seen much of these players throughout the rest of the tournament, so get them some good game experience.
Anzua also in, wearing number 6. Now, both the teams have qualified for the World Championships. 4 squads will be going. As a serve from Mexico into play. Watson Brenes with the attack. Now the other way, Gonzalez at the top of the blocks. And out of play, point for Mexico. (22-10), Mexico in control of this set and this match, winning the first set 25-6. Deep serve, Watson Brenes with the reception, gets the attack now and gets point for the kill. Montiel Orozco. Gonzalez off the blocks, back onto the Mexico side. Got a set from Rodriguez out for an attack from Velez. That is going to go down for a point as well. So Mexico on its way to another set victory here, 23-11. Although we did see a 10-1 run in the last game here at the West Gym. Mario Dobles with the bump over. Rodriguez with a set, and it's going to be Ibarra with the kill.
Mexico showing off the depth of their roster with these guys coming in an immediate impact, getting kills, great serves.
We'll probably see more of them in the third set here as Mexico in front 24-11. Mario Dobles with the set over to Watson Brenes. He knocks that ball down for the point, 24-12.
Well, when you jump that high and you're up that high, you have a lot of options of what you want to do, and he saw some open court and shoved it right down for the kill.
Got a short serve here. Gonzalez off the blocks, out of bounds. And that will finish off the second set. Mexico, once again dominant, 25-12. Costa Rica doubling their point total, but still unable to take set 2. We'll see what they can do in set 3 coming up from the West Gym at Simon Fraser University. You're watching live coverage of the U19 NORCECA Continental Championships for boys.
Oh, no, that's on the sideline. You guys will serve here. All right. Thank you guys so much. Let's give a round of applause. Oh, thank you. Marking to the far side of the winner. Well played.
We are ready for set 3 between Mexico and Costa Rica here at the 2026 NORCECA U19 Boys Continental Championships. We're coming to you live from the West Gym at Simon Fraser University in Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada. My name is Wilson Wong, here with Chrissy Benz. Chrissy, you have been involved. You were here earlier this week teaching a class of smash ball to some youngsters. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, on Wednesday, we were teaching some young leaders on how to introduce the sport of volleyball to younger kids, sort of age 6 to 11 years old. So we got to watch a little bit of Canada practice, a little bit of Mexico practice, and then we did a training session on how to start learning. And so we were doing smash ball, where you can kind of catch, the ball's allowed to bounce, and you work your way up through 5 different stages. So this was a great legacy project from Sport Burnaby, from our hosts here, on how to spread some seeds of volleyball further into the community beyond. These guys are very good. It's hard to relate on how to get this good, so we got to start somewhere, and I think smash ball is a great way to just get people started. So if you've got kids, you can download the free app from Volleyball Canada, and it shows you how to get started. And maybe in a few years, could be this good.
And it's been really wonderful to see all ages of children here at this event kind of experiencing something that they don't really see locally here in the Vancouver Burnaby area. There's not a lot of opportunity to see international volleyball.
Yeah, and I mean, these young guys are so tall and so good, it's hard to remember that they're high school students.
Yes.
So I think this is very more relatable for some of the kids than seeing the 6'10" grown men playing. So I think this is really inspiring for a lot of the club kids from around here to be watching and think, maybe someday I might get this good.
Right. Although, of course, I will say that there's such a strong volleyball community and system locally. SFU plays women's volleyball in the NCAA. There's strong youth sports programs across the province. And, of course, the CCA as well, the college league. So lots of strong university volleyball teams as well, of course, as club teams across this province.
Absolutely. And club volleyball is just growing. We're bursting at the seams. I think we need more gyms to be able to handle the growth of the sport. So it's really, really wonderful to see. And maybe we all can't play national team, but we can aspire to try to serve like some of these guys are serving. Or hitting like that.
Exactly. Preciado, number 10 of Mexico, making the score 4-1. So Mexico continuing their kind of momentum from the first couple of sets. Looking to close out this match quickly, and that will help. An ace that lands right on the end line.
Tough to defend that one. We're starting to see the Mexico fans starting to warm up here. It's been pretty easy, not a big challenge for them, but they sense we could close this out in 3, and they want to get their energy out.
Romero dug up by Bolaños Alvarado. Then he'll have to bump the ball over for Costa Rica. Oh my goodness, that is a huge swing by Mexico.
He acknowledges it. This is sort of the way we do things in volleyball. Put up the hand to say sorry, didn't quite mean to do that one. But when we send a free ball over that's that easy, you set them up for having their most explosive ability to attack. So a tough one, but great sportsmanship on both sides to accept this is part of the game and a great hit, but tough for Costa Rica here.
Yeah, that was
down
our
6-1.
Yeah, Arguelles Campos getting hit, but right away held with a thumbs up. We've seen several plays similar to that in the first couple of games as well today, and the immediate reaction from both teams is to check in on each other.
Yeah.
That's been really wonderful to see. It's also been wonderful to see these boys hanging around campus. They are staying on campus and they get food in the dining hall. We've seen them running around dining hall. That has been pretty interesting, and they're showing the matches also there as well. So it's been fun to see their reaction to some of the plays that go on in games that they are spectators for. They've also enjoyed a lot of the ice cream for the free ice cream machine.
The buffet is always great, and especially when you're a teenage guy, they're pretty excited about the free food and a lot of it, and as many plates as you can carry,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I did have, I met someone who said, oh, I was in the dining hall today and for breakfast, and there was clearly one boy who was really enjoying the ice cream for breakfast.
I guess the coach wasn't there.
Mexico continuing their attack as another kill for Romero.
So this is a strategic sub from Costa Rica. They're putting on a defender. Number 10 is obviously very powerful in the front row, but they want a little more strength, a little more control on the first contact.
Calderon, Calderon Velasquez, sorry, Chrissy subbing in. Cruz out to the far side that time. Another kill that catches the line, Anzua. Romero, strong serve, and it drops right in front of Calderon Velasquez.
You could see from his toss and his approach, he was going full force on that serve. So let's see if he takes a little bit off, or maybe take a big approach here, but drop it short. Everyone's backed up, ready for the hard hit.
Oh, he's gonna go harder and goes out of bounds.
This might be a little bit of the age showing here of just wanting, that one was good, let me see if I can go even bigger.
But is it also the fact that you're leading 10-2? You got a bit of a separation.
You can take some chances for sure.
Cruz into the middle, and it's another big hit for Ibarra.
The block really isn't taking away any space, so Mexico's able to take a full swing and not have to think about it at all. We're going to see a very different story when we have Canada versus US. Both big teams with great blocking, so we're going to see a lot more happening up at the net.
Cruz the back set for Preciado that time. The point going to Mexico, and unfortunately Arguelles Campos getting hit again.
This is the problem when the block isn't taking away enough airspace up top. They're able to just jump up. They're hitting OT over the block and directly on, and the libero really has no chance other than to try to just get your hands up.
The lefty serve that time from Rodriguez. And there Costa Rica getting the kill off the hands, Bolaños Alvarado.
That's the smart play. The coach would probably like to see a lot more of that, just swinging high, looking for hands. You're not able to go over, not able to really go around, so try to just get a piece so that the ball goes outside the court and have the Mexico team having to run for it. So swing for fingers.
Bolaños Alvarado serve to the back of the court. And a big swing for Mexico will be point for Costa Rica.
Setter made an acknowledgement there to his hitter. That was me. The ball was a little too tight. The ball was going over. Didn't give him much room to do much else. So smart on the setter to acknowledge and keep the confidence high on his hitter.
Bolaños, Alvarado. Rodriguez, the attack from Insua blocked at the net by Costa Rica. That was Aguero Lee and looked like as well Barona Ramirez. Bolaños, Alvarado. Costa with the dig. Rodriguez. And then it's Velez with the kill.
Velez has done great ever since subbing in the second set. He's making the most of his opportunity here.
Anzua, Bolaños, Alvarado with the reception. Ball pushed over the net by Aguero Lee. Set up to the far side, Romero off the blocks, and it's too much power for Mexico. 14-6 for Team Mexico. Anzua with the serve, Bolaños, Alvarado that time getting the Mexico libero.
Their back row attacks are working better than their front row, so as a setter, I'd be going back to that back row, give them some space to work, and he's able to get full force.
Barona Ramirez. Rodriguez across to Romero. And it looks like that's going to be Bolaños, Alvarado going into the crowd to try to get that ball.
Going 4 rows up there, trying to hustle. Maybe that'll inspire the team a little bit more to keep fighting here.
So he actually leapt over the advertising board and then into the crowd. So they're down by 8 and still working very hard to go for each ball. Now they get rewarded with that error.
Volleyball's such a game of momentum. Sometimes even when you know you can't get it, you show the team, let's go. And so that was a great effort, rewarded with a missed serve. Let's see if they can get a few points here.
Aguero Lee with the serve for Costa Rica. Romero off the hands. Aguero Lee now with the set. Watson Brenes.
There you go. Watson is very athletic. He touches quite high, so getting him a nice high ball. Got a little momentum shift here. So they got to see what they can do here, keep it rolling. As a player, I like to try to force the other team to take a timeout. Get as many points as you can and force them to take the time.
Aguero Lee again with the serve. Romero gets the side out. Velez with a toss in the serve. Bolaños Alvarado tips the ball over. Now Romero has a chance and another strong swing there by Mexico and another contact made against Arguedas Campos.
Coach is giving him have your hands up by your face because the block is not protecting him, not taking away any of the big shots. So
Velez into the net. 17-10 Mexico in front. Standing serve here from Watson Brenes. And a swing on the line. And that ball's called in.
Mexico liking that line shot, usually because they're going over the shorter setter. So there's not really much defense there. So a lot of those line shots are scoring in position 1.
Gurley over to Mario Dobles, and he is blocked at the net. celebrated as a monster block. And that was both Ibarra and Anzua. Romero. Bolaños Alvarado, he is long. Sails it past the sideline. So Mexico ahead by 10. Costa Rica will call a timeout.
So this is tough as the coach. You're down 10 points, 10 to 20, third set. I'd just be trying to infuse them with some good confidence of here's what looks good for us for the next few points. Just control what's on our side, run our plays. We can't magically get bigger, stronger in these next couple points. So I would reframe this so that we can end the match with our heads held high.
And of course, one of their goals, one of the main goals for these two teams is qualifying for the World Championships, and they've reached that. They've done that.
Be a great time to remind them that they have done this. We mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Let's try and get some few good points here to close this out. And you can see the stands are filling up. USA and Canada in the house.
Romero with the serve. And that will be an ace for him. A reminder that the match is coming up at 4 p.m. Canada and the United States here on CBC Sports and on YouTube.
And Mexico's done such a great time of keeping consistent. They started their level quite high and they've never let it drop.
Even with a lot of the subs coming in off the bench. And
Ball just coming down on Mexico's side. They're not quite closing the block, and Costa Rica's got a chance here to get a few.
Bolaños Alvarado with the kill, and Montiel Orozco now at the line. Acosta with the service receive, and the set for the middle, Romero. Bolaños Alvarado will just bump the ball over. Set to the outside, Anzua. Another free ball from Costa Rica. Rodriguez down the middle again, and Romero stopped by the block of Bolaños Alvarado and Verona Ramirez.
It's a nice rally where we got to see the no-quit spirit of Mexico that we've seen all week.
Montiel Orozco gets the ace as it catches the line. So Costa Rica building. They get the defensive point there by getting the blocks, and then they are able to take advantage with the serve. Rodriguez out to Anzua, and that one out. So that's the 3 straight points for Costa Rica.
And as you said, well, here come the subs back in for our starters, and the crowd's gone a little quiet here. So Costa Rica making their way.
Actually, I should say that's 4 straight points for Costa Rica. They were down 21-10. And still alive on this play. Cruz now back in as the setter, and another huge kill by Romero.
As I said, Mexico's been consistent all game. They had a few points there, and they're right back on track with those subs.
They're looking to finish this off on a strong note as well. Ibarra. Bump set from Guerrero Lee. And that ball is sent long by Bolaños Alvarado.
We're coming to a close here, but I want to give a shout out to all the Mexicans that are cheering and watching on Volleyball Canada's YouTube channel. They have been lighting up the comments all week long. So saludos a todas las gentes en Mexico.
Your Spanish is way better than my Spanish.
I try.
Expect.
The accent is not there, but I know some words after living in the Dominican Republic for 2 years.
Well, we thank everyone, of course, for joining us, and a lot of the people watching are, of course, Spanish speakers. And Mario Goles keeping this match going. 24-15, Costa Rica is down by 9. And here he is at the service line with a deep serve. Cruz. Amparan with the big swing. Costa Rica will have to send a free ball over. And that will end the match as Anzua gets the last point, and Mexico wins bronze here in Burnaby. 25-15, the third set score over Costa Rica. But nonetheless, we talked about it. These two teams will be going on to the World Championship, so more volleyball for most of these boys as they continue growing and improving. They will do the handshake and, of course, the chat at the net. Congratulations to both these teams. They have accomplished one of their goals of qualifying for the Worlds next year. We don't know where they will be, but I'm sure it'll be a great event. Before we head out, we just want to remind you of the game coming up at 4 p.m., Canada and the United States. And hoping to get you some final stats before we go. But if we don't have some final stats for you before that, of course, you can go to the NORCECA website and get the information there.
Well, one of the key stats is the block. We're not seeing the blocks from Costa Rica. Mexico having a very strong blocking game in this match. The players are thanking the fans here, very appreciative of the support. What an incredible tournament and experience for these young guys.
And what's also great is the teams are saluting each other, and hopefully they've enjoyed their time here in Burnaby and their trip to Canada. And they'll have a good experience of their time here as Amparan. I don't know what he's actually holding in his hand.
Looks like a GoPro. He's collecting every moment of this bronze medal for them. So what a great weekend, and some great names that we'll be watching for in years to come.
So we will have actually some final stats for you. So we were just going to go over some of that. Chrissy, you talked about the blocks, and it was 8-1 in favor of Mexico at the end of all things here. 8-2 in terms of aces, and Mexico 44-15 in terms of kills. So a pretty comprehensive win by Mexico. And before we go, the leading scorers, Romero for Mexico with 21 points, and Preciado with 12 for Mexico. I just wanted to get the aces as well. Romero with 7 aces, so really a big factor on all sides. And for the Costa Rican team, apologies here, I'm just pulling up the stats for Costa Rica. Watson Brenes with 6 kills, and Bolaños Alvarado with 4. So with that, we will sign off. And we encourage you to, of course, take a short break and then come back for the gold medal match between Canada and the United States. For Chrissy Benz, I'm Wilson Wong. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your day if we don't chat any further. Take care.